Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome to episode 32 of Europa Universalis IV as Great Britain. We didn't really achieve a lot in the last video, mainly because I'm trying to wait for the coalition to go away, trying to pay off some loans, trying to rebuild up some manpower, trying to make sure that we can get our tech back ahead of the curve. Tried to fabricate some claims on Spain, which we are currently still working on, but Spain have decided to join the coalition against us, which is a little bit unfortunate, so that's going to make life difficult there. It would certainly be nice if we could start taking some stuff from them. Wow, that is a big pop-up that I have never seen before, the Northern Rebellion. Queen Elizabeth I sought to bring out the religious settlement with the objective of establishing in England a Protestant Anglican church with herself as a supreme governor. Things began to fray around the edges when Mary Queen of Scots fled to England. The problem for Elizabeth I was that Mary was a Catholic claimant to the English throne. Elizabeth I had Mary locked away in various castles, but she still became the centre of numerous conspiracies to overthrow the upstarts who had been displaced the ancient aristocracy. Their basic idea was to marry Mary to Norfolk, England's only duke. The combination represented a serious threat to Elizabeth I, but Norfolk seemed undecided and continued to delay until Elizabeth I invited him to London, whereupon she locked him in the Tower. Elizabeth I suspected that the Earl of Northumberland, Westmoreland and Cumberland were involved in the conspiracy and invited them to London as well. The Earls guessed their accommodation would be the Tower and opted instead for a rebellion which began at about midnight on the 9th of November 1569. The Catholic faith had survived in the north, and there was real resentment against the extension of Tudor domination and Elizabeth I's new men. The Earl of Northumberland mustered his troops in Richmond on the 16th of November, and Sir George was appointed Provost Marshal and martial law was declared. Elizabeth I ordered that 700 of the riffraff be executed. 200 of these were to be from or around Richmond. How many were actually executed is not known, but seemingly it was a smaller number, perhaps around 57, 12 of whom were from Richmond. The decade after the rebellion was a difficult period for Catholics who faced constant persecution. Religious meetings were held in secret, away from the eyes of unfriendly informants. It seems, however, that a few gentry who were accused of in court of holding Catholic beliefs were the mere tip of the Great Pyramid, which represented a hidden underground movement. So, we can keep Norfolk in the Tower and smash the rebels. We gain a stability. We get a crap ton of noble regiments rising up. We get some increased missionary strength, but also increased technology cost. We could also just get 11 noble regiments, but that would reduce our trade efficiency, which we don't really want. Or we could lose a stability. Well, I don't want to lose trade efficiency. Getting the additional technology cost is a pain in the arse, but getting a free stability is nice. So let's go ahead before we do this. We'll just slow things down a little bit because obviously we're going to have some rebels pop here. We're also going to go and grab some troops. So let's get across there. We also want to make sure that these guys actually have a leader. So we'll put our king in charge, I think, for now. And I think what we'll actually do is we're going to pick these guys up from a moor. So let's go ahead and we'll grab that. So that will give us an extra stability. Now, these guys are coming straight for me. We do have a better general. We are in farmlands, which isn't fantastic. There's a chance they could win this battle. They do have various penalties, of course. Scotland are just going, no, we're not helping you, which is expected. We should be able to manage here. Right, you guys, get on board the ships. Ships go, and now is it going to be quicker to march? I guess we can just drop them off here. Actually, it should be fine. We might actually still win this fight. They do have the river crossing penalty. They do have slightly lower base morale. We've got the same tactics and the same discipline. There's a lot of local autonomy, which is a bit of a pain. We need to deal with these rebels quickly. Now, what would be nice is if we could actually get some decent rolls, but we're not going to get them because this is EU4 and we don't get decent rolls. So, our big army is now here. we're just going to go in and try and ruffle stomp these guys. It is unfortunate that they did manage to take a province from us, but we'll do what we can. Right, well, we've got a CB against Spain. We might as well carry on fabricating against them. Let's just untick that army. We want to... We didn't even get spotted either. Asturias. Oh, of course, because it's only what I can call... what I can claim on, not what France can claim on. Yeah... Well, we'll grab Asturias anyway. Why not? It's coastal. And we'll just keep our eye on what's going on up here. So at least we didn't get completely stat wiped. I mean, we have lost some manpower because of that, but I think we'll be fine in general. We are into the next year now. What I should have done is, I've realised I could have bought that technology before I popped that event. That was a bit silly of me. But let's go ahead and grab that. So that will increase our trade efficiency. Let these guys recover. They can all group up together. Now, there is a fort there in Lothane, so it will take them a while before they can do anything there. That's fine. So you guys are going to march in there. We'll bring you up close to Lincoln, just so you guys can all go in together. Now, we can invest in a new tech, and we are going to grab our admin tech because we are behind time. We're still behind time. So we do need to try and grab that as quickly as possible. Why are we so behind time in admin tech? We're getting 9 a month. And we're fairly evenly spread across the board, so... Oh, we're locked in. I was just about to say we're not quite at full morale there, but it's too late now. I've already committed. We will get the river crossing penalty. We are going into farmlands, though. I think I'm going to throw these guys in just to make sure we have the extra numbers. We should win the battle. Unless the AI just gets incredibly lucky with its rolls. There we go. We've won that battle. We'll allow those guys just to re-siege. We can build some buildings, which we probably should. I know we've got a loan to repay, but it'd be quite nice if we could get some marketplaces somewhere and increase our trade power. We get another... Wow, 1.8 if we did it in Artois. 1.7. We're out of money already. We're out of money so quickly in this game now. Cheers for helping, by the way, Scotland. I mean, that's the problem that you get because they're disloyal. If they'd have been loyal, then they would have come in and helped. So, Lothane, can we get there without a river crossing? Cumbria, Ayrshire, Northumberland, and Fife. So, yeah, basically river crossing from any direction, so it doesn't make a lot of difference. Let's get all you guys in here. Now, there's only farmlands, luckily, so they're not going to get too much of a defensive bonus. We are better in numbers. We do have a couple of leaders. What do we have? 1 manoeuvre, 3 manoeuvre... They have 2 manoeuvre, 1 manoeuvre. They've got a couple of leaders there. What we could do, actually... Well, now, I was going to say what I could do is group them up and just have the guy with 2 manoeuvre go in. And then we wouldn't get the river crossing penalty, but... We should... well, we didn't get the crossing penalty anyway, so we're fine. And that'll be those guys wiped out. A little bit annoying that we lost the first fight. We lost some manpower. Yorkshire got sieged out, which means it gains that... Was it just extra autonomy? I think it just gained some local autonomy, but that's not the end of the world. We'll be able to manage that just fine. All these crazy little rebellions we keep getting, very annoying. What's Scotland's Liberty Desire? It is going down. That's good. So we want this big stack. You're going to go back down, and we'll take you back across to France. So you guys can stay up there, in case the Scottish get rowdy. So we can take our last military idea. Now, we are actually behind time, and we get a new level of cannon, plus some shock, or artillery shock fire. So I think we might actually want to go for that. Although drastically being able to increase our land force limit could be really, really useful. Reduce land attrition and increase land force limit modifier. Although I haven't really got the money to build a massive army right now, let alone maintain one. So I think we will wait just a little bit on that one. What are we looking like on naval force limit? We are still maxed. I guess I could build some buildings to increase my naval force limit. How much money are we currently making? Let's have a quick look at that. Well, we're not currently at war. We could drop the army maintenance a little bit, make some extra money. Lose 10 prestige, and we get some local unrest in London. or we can arrest an MP that would oppose the thing in Parliament. Do I want to lose? I don't really want to lose the prestige. I'll just have him oppose it. Fine. We'll find another way to flip that over. Lose 5 legitimacy. We've only just got that back. I guess we could bribe an MP. We can afford to do it. Puts us up to 85%. It's probably enough. Still no noticeable league wars going on over here. Come on, guys. Get your act together. We need you to end up being Protestant. It'll help us out. Okay, you guys are going to get on the boat. Boats are going to go and drop you off in Amor. So we're waiting for our military tech now. We're still fabricating on Spain. We're still waiting for their the coalition to go away a little bit so I can actually declare on them. Come on, Scotland, stop being disloyal. It's only because they have such high liberty desire. Yeah, annexed vassal, aggressive expansion, which is all going to burn away over time. Yeah, it is literally just because of that liberty desire, because we forced them to change their religion, but it'll go away. France now have a 10% liberty desire, probably because we... it's our diplomatic reputation that's causing it more than anything. And the force size. I mean, it certainly will help if we can really increase the size of our army. But having that extra cannon power would be really nice. And we're still below our manpower. Although we could build it up slowly. Royal marriage offer from Austria. Yes, please. Thank you very much. Well, our king didn't die, so I assume that must have been Austria's dying. You've arrived safely back. You can group up. Let's get you back over to Kent. We could mothball the transports, but the transports don't cost us a lot of money anyway. So it's probably pointless doing that. How's this rebel uprising going? Even Flemish separatists are likely to pop as well. What's the religion over here? Never did check this. You are Protestant. You're Reformed, but we can't flip you. You're Protestant as well. Can't send a missionary because we have no missionaries to send. What's our missionary doing then? Interesting. You're not making any progress though, are you? So we don't have the power, so you might as well come back. We can't actually do anything here. We are gaining up some church power. Do we want the manpower recovery speed? I guess we still do. We're not at full manpower. We, like it says, we are recovering prestige, which we want, and legitimacy. What else could we get, though? Is there anything here that could be useful? We could gain missionary strength. That could help a little bit. No, I think they're okay as they are for now. We'll just save up that power. Would still like to build some more trade buildings. See if we can get our mission finished. How much does it cost to... Truce with Brabant has ended. This is trying to see how much it costs to actually grab a market. Obviously, we can't afford any buildings. Otherwise, we'd have the pop-up saying that we can. Oh, and you look at that. Brabant has instantly entered into a coalition against us. So the coalition is still growing as people... as truces wear off. Now, why isn't our aggressive expansion going down? Well, apparently it is by 2.4 yearly, but it's not much, really. Lancashire now opposes... Brilliant. So just a random event that means that we now have to spend something to get another MP on our side. Fantastic. Lose 5 legitimacy. Lose 10 prestige. Lose 20 Diplo power, lose 16 military power. Do you know what? We can afford to do that on both of them. Let's go ahead and do it. Hainaut has entered into a coalition. Fantastic. I'm waiting for the coalition to get smaller, and it's actually just getting bigger. Lose 25 church power, but gain a base tax. Fine. Trade. Marketplace. 1.7. 1.7. Yeah, let's keep... Mind you, what trade node are they in? Oh, they're all still in the English Channel trade node. Fine. So we will grab the 1.7 one. I'd like to grab that one as well. That'll be later. We could build a few docks, increase our naval force limit, and get a bigger trade fleet. That would help. Kent now opposes restrict imports. Wow, the game really doesn't want me to have this, does it? Still says we're at 100% though, which is weird. Fine, we'll just leave it at that. Come on, when is this League War going to start? Want to jump in on that. We're only on speed 2. I forgot about that when the rebels popped. I went down to speed 2 and never put it back up again, so apologies for that. So we did spend a little bit of military power. We are getting there. Oh, we've got some rebels have fired. In where now? Oh, France will go and deal with them. Probably. Yeah, I was going to say, they're all rebels, France. You deal with them. Can't be bothered to put my maintenance up. Trying to save some money. Your rebels, your problem. Are we not fabricating in Spain anymore? Or did we finish that fabrication and I didn't notice? No, we'll just fabricate as much as we can against them then. Now then, France, have you actually managed to do any fabricating yourself? No. Okay. That's a bit of a shame. We will integrate Scotland when the time comes as well. It's going to be a little while. 58 actually, October. We could start integrating Scotland in less than 6 months. Will cost us some Diplo power, of course. Apparently we can do some conversions now. Well, let's go for it. See if we can get that done. And we can go ahead and grab the marketplace again over here. Just trying to complete that mission by getting as much trade power as possible in the English Channel node. Looks like France managed to win that little battle there. How much tradition are we getting now from our forts? 0.95. We need one more fort to get the maximum 1, but I'm not going to bother with that. Lose 10 prestige or 50 Diplo. Wow. I'm supposed to be trying to save the Diplo up because it's going to cost us an awful lot to integrate France, but there you go. We are still, I think we're still ahead of time. Yeah, we are still ahead of time on Diplo, so that's not too bad. It's admin tech where we need to catch up more than anything. We're close to catching up on military tech. Would be nice to go and take some stuff from somebody. I mean, I'd really like to start being able to colonize and stuff like that. The problem with that, of course, is we need the colonial ideas. It was pretty much my mistake. I should have really taken exploration ideas before expansion ideas, because then you get the quest for the new world. I mean, we can colonize, but our colonial range is really, really short right now. The closest uncolonized province is there, which is nowhere near our colonial range. Our colonial range is 425, and this is 611 away. So we've got no chance there. Western Isles, that's in Scotland, I think. Is indeed. Now, are you going to go and deal with Scotland? They're your rebels. Doesn't look like they are. Fine. So let's go ahead and put up our maintenance briefly. Just so we can go in there at full strength. Excuse the ice cream van outside. It's freezing cold today. The weather in Great Britain has really become crappy recently. But that hasn't stopped the ice cream vendors, of course. Let's go ahead and get you over here. It's going to be nasty because we'll get a massive amphibious penalty for... I mean, it's coastline, but you get a massive... Oh, no, Scotland are actually going in. Or are they just coming to watch? I think they're just coming to watch. So we get a -2 crossing penalty there. Scotland are actually coming in, though. That's fine. So we're going to win that. We'll allow the counter-siege, and then we'll come back out. In fact, we can actually put the army maintenance back down right now. We don't need it up to de-siege a province, especially a province that doesn't actually have a fort. Still need to get that last loan paid off. There's only the one left. Western Isles has come under the occupation of Scotland. You can go back down to Lothain. Well, we do have a free diplomat. They are at +200. We are at peace. So we should probably go and annex vassal. It's going to cost us a lot of Diplo. Wow, look how many years is that going to take. Estimated to be done by January 1593. That's a lot of years, but at least it's not going to be eating up our Diplo power too quickly. Most of the problem there is because of our diplomatic reputation, which is quite bad because of the annexed subjects. When does the annexed subjects go away? 65, so a few years, and we've still got ages before we can do anything with France, so we might as well just wait. New technology, military tech, yes please. That puts us back ahead of time. And then we have a new unit type, which is going to be... Right, which type of cannon do we want to go for is the question. They're both the same sort of pips in total. But do we want more offensive fire or do we want more defensive shock? I think we want more defensive shock. We'll go for the small cannon. That'll be fine. Oh, we've been discovered fabricating in Spain. I don't really mind. Spain declaring war on people. None of my allies really doing an awful lot to start their own wars. We haven't been called into a war for quite some time. Let's go ahead and repay that final loan. So that should be all of our loans now gone. Brilliant. How is our trade doing? Yeah, we are making some decent money from trade. Not quite as much as we'd like to be, but we can still keep increasing that. We've got a lot of inflation here. I really don't want to spend admin power to reduce inflation. Can we get an inflation reduction guy? Yearly inflation reduction, +1. Can't afford to get you right now. We're currently running a +2 guy. But there again, if we drop the amount of tax that we were making, then maybe we would have a higher percent of our income coming from trade. So maybe that will actually work out for us. If we go ahead and swap it with a yearly inflation reduction, we won't be getting quite as much admin power, which I understand, but we're only losing 1, so it's not terrible. And that guy will reduce our inflation, which will be very, very good. Obviously, we're annexing Scotland. We don't have to worry about their liberty desire anymore. It's below 50% anyway. I mean, we could just keep them around as Scotland, but it seems a little bit pointless, really. So, yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate the way this game has turned out. I'm in a position where I'm literally just having to wait until we can get some points that we can spend. What have we got here? So, we can either get until the end of the game. So we can get either +3 army or 0.3 army tradition yearly, and +3% prestige from land battles, or we can have a similar option with navy. Now, what are we going to be doing? Is it going to be mainly land or naval battles? That's a difficult one to pick from because Great Britain do have a really, really good navy. But you always end up in more land battles than you do in naval battles. So I think we're going to take the army one. And getting that additional tradition. Yeah, because now our army tradition is dropping by a lot less than it was. So we could still get another fort, but that's going to take some time. Now, do we have enough to build another marketplace? Yes, we do. 1.3, 1.4, 1.4... And a call to arms. Okay, let's go ahead and buy that there. Right, what is this call to arms then? So the nation of Austria are faithful allies requesting that we come to their aid in the Austrian conquest of Straubing against Bavaria, the Hesse and Württemberg, and it's a war that they have started. Well, of course, we're not going to say no because it's a call to arms from an ally, but we'll be doing that in the next video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying EU4, and I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye for now.